Q, I think I'm about to make you smile even wider here.
Yeah.
One of those names that you just named, the 20 with the 64th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Bears are selecting defensive tackle Zacch Pickens.
All right. We could. When you said Zach, I thought it was going to be Harrison, but that's okay. I love Zacch Pickens. I love both the Zachs. One of them has 2 C's. The other has 1 C. That's how you can differentiate them. I didn't know where I was going with that.
No, I feel like you've lost your train of words because you are happy about the fact that the Bears have picked Zacch Pickens.
I'm thrilled. I just made a video about Zacch Pickens on my YouTube page today. So Zacch Pickens was one of the top recruits in the nation. He was number 8 recruit in the country in 2019. Committed to South Carolina, was a big freaking deal for the Gamecocks, right? They were like, we got this guy. We just lost Clowney, but we got this guy coming in, and he's going to be really, really good. Turns out, wasn't a great fit for their defense. He is a 290 to 300 pound 3-tech, ideally. Penetrate gaps, get in there, wreak havoc in the backfield. But the Gamecocks defense wants you a 2-gap, wants you to hold up the line of scrimmage, wants you to be stuffing the run lanes. And he did it. He didn't excel at it, but he got the job done. Playing a position that probably wasn't what made him best. In some of the reps I was watching today, he was playing 0-tech nose tackle right over the center. That's not what this guy is. This guy is an athletic freak 3 technique who needs to be shooting into the backfield as fast as he can, using his athletic gifts, his agility. Like, look at his athletic testing numbers here. It's all green except for bench press.
Yeah.
That is everything above average. And that is all combine numbers. There's no pro day juice in that. This guy is long, tall, athletic 3 technique who is going to just wreak havoc through the gaps. Very impressive frame. He looks like a Greek god. Like he's 290 pounds and it's thick. Like it ain't flab. And uses those long arms well, gets him into, well, not the best, I should say. He uses it to leverage his position decently. And he stays square with the blocker. And when he's not, he has the core flexibility. Like, think about when you're in the gym and you're doing like a torso rotation or something like that. Think about that motion and how it applies to football, right? It applies a lot on the line, you would think.
Sure.
That's all core strength right there. That ability to be, your hips are facing one way, but you need power going the other way. That's something that he has a ton of. He is able to get that core flexibility and power to work for him in weird positions when he's out of position, which it happens a lot when you're on the D line, and to generate power that can create an impact to get into the backfield, to get into the run lane. That's really how he won in that South Carolina defense. It was using that core strength to his advantage, and his body control is just excellent. He is super flexible. His back can go in really weird directions, and he's still like finding ways into the play and maintaining his balance, and he can create angles with that. He can get into plays that he shouldn't be in because of that athleticism, that flexibility, that core strength that he has. Now, on the negatives, his hands, kind of like Ricky Bobby, just doesn't know what to do with them sometimes. Like, I mean, that's why I said, like, I said, uses his length well. Well, kind of. Like, he leverages his arm length well, but he doesn't have super advanced hand technique yet. It's something that needs to keep developing, but it's not something that he was asked to develop a lot at South Carolina. So I feel good about his prospect to develop it at the next level. And what comes with that, struggles to disengage at times, string together secondary moves, which on the interior, typically if you're a defensive tackle, you got 1, maybe 2 moves. You don't have that many counters because it's either you win or you don't. It's not like edge rusher where you have some sustained plan where you might be hitting your 3rd move to get to the quarterback. It usually is an edge rusher. You win right away or you don't. And then his anchor's enough. He's not going to hold up against double teams against the run. He's not. That's not what he should be asked to do. It's stuff that he was asked to do at South Carolina, and he did it enough. But it's not something that you expect him to be doing at the NFL level. He's going to hold up against the run enough. Most of the plays he makes against the run is going to be shooting through gaps. It's not going to be Akeem Hicks holding up 3 guys and then, stuffing the run lane with the blockers. That's right. He's not that type of player. I comped him to Gerald McCoy here, which is probably pretty generous athletically, though. That's all there. That is 100% there athletically. Needs to develop some to get there. Needs to develop quite a bit to get there. But I believe a kid like this, highly, highly touted recruit, elite athlete, was an honor roll student at South Carolina, graduated with his degree in sports and entertainment management, which I'm not really sure what that means, like what you study in that, but it's still a degree. He was a team captain. And when he was in high school, he played running back as well as D-line, which is a rare combo.
Yeah.
And then the 100% not made up fun fact, he loves cosplay, and his go-to costume is Howard the Duck.
Well, we may end up seeing a few of those around Hallis Hall. Q, you have him so much higher than a lot of, as I look at your ranks. Obviously you love the athletic ability, his makeup, his build. How easy is it to teach, things with the hands on the defensive line? Do you think that the Bears coaching staff's gonna be able to coach this kid up?
Optimistically, yeah, I think so. I mean, at the end of the day, it takes good coaches and good students.
Sure.
Right? It takes a kid who wants to get better, who wants to be putting in his time off the field and away from the practice facility, going and learning knife fighting techniques like Aaron Donald did. It's like this stuff it's not stuff that just happens at practice. It's what they do off the field, away from the facility, how much effort that they are putting in individually. And that's where, like I was saying earlier, so much comes down to the interviews, the private workouts that we will just never have access to. But you have to believe, like I mentioned earlier, based on what we heard about Darnell Wright's workout, that the Bears front office is trying very hard to get that right. Yeah. And there's some character things here that you really like with Zacch Pickens. And I think that he's going to put the work in. I mean, heck, the guy played in a scheme he had no business playing in at 290 pounds. Like that's impressive to me alone.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I think that ends up being maybe why as you look at these rankings, you don't find him at maybe towards the top. Being out of that scheme is definitely when you're not being, used your talents the right way. It's hard to be the top player that you could. And especially what I love is you said he was the 8th recruit in 2019. I mean, it's clear that this kid's got insane athletic ability, insane tools that are going to translate no matter what. Like we say all the time on the show, you can't teach athleticism. You can't teach those. You could teach techniques. Mm-hmm. You could teach, where to be, the smarts, the awareness, and things like that. I hope that that's when they looked at this pick, that's what they were seeing. They're saying, all right, he has things that he puts on tape we can't teach. But there's things that he's going to have to work on that we can absolutely capitalize. Maybe we get a good steal here. Top of the 3rd round. And the Bears, I think, by everything you said, seems like they got a really good player here.